soldiers who don't move when the drone arrives. The tragic end of the Russian tank that could not see the mine. Russian soldiers trying to survive a kamikaze attack. Russian FPV drone chasing Ukrainian soldiers. Aircraft bombardments. Covert operations. Stay tuned for more. June 17th, 2025. A Russian soldier stood motionless among the trees. A Ukrainian FPV kamikaze drone approached slowly. Trained to stay still, the soldier thought he could avoid detection, but he couldn't escape the drone. The strike was inevitable. Southeast of the village of Orikovo-Vasilivka, Donetsk region, a Russian T-62M tank accidentally triggered its own minefield barrier, becoming completely disabled. Remarkably, despite the heavy damage, the Russian soldiers inside managed to escape the tank unharmed. You can support us by liking and commenting on the video. June 16th, 2025, a Ukrainian Air Force MiG-29 fighter jet carried out a critical airstrike in the town of Oleshki, located in the Kherson region. The target was a tactical-level Russian command and control post. Utilizing two long-range, precision-guided GBU-62 JDAM-ER bombs, the jet executed a pinpoint strike. The attack resulted in the destruction of both Russian personnel and key military equipment positioned at the site. This operation once again demonstrates Ukraine's ability to project air power not just defensively, but in strategic offensive roles as well. Azov FPV UAVs targeted Russian soldiers near Terny. A Russian soldier is fighting a relentless struggle to escape the drone. He circles the tree countless times, but there is nowhere else to hide. Despite all his efforts, the Russian soldier cannot escape the drone. The drone manages to shoot the Russian soldier. A Ukrainian FPV kamikaze drone chases a Russian military vehicle. It briefly loses sight of the target, then reacquires it, heading toward a road protected by an anti-drone net. The Russians think they're safe. They're not. The pilot is calm and precise. The drone drops into micro mode, slips under the net, and hits its mark. One soldier reaches for a weapon. Another tries to flee, but the vehicle is destroyed, along with the Russian troops inside. June 17th, 2025. A lone Russian soldier walks on foot, carrying ammunition. He doesn't seem to notice, but a Ukrainian FPV kamikaze drone is following him from above. The drone silently follows his movements step by step. After a while, the soldier stops to rest and sits down briefly on the side of the road. The moment is deadly. The drone accelerates and dives. The soldier realizes this only seconds before impact, but it's too late. June 15th, 2025. Ukrainian forces, specifically the 33rd Separate Tactical Aviation Brigade, conducted a precise strike using an unmanned ground vehicle in the village of Tyotkino, located in Russia's Kursk region. The four-wheeled vehicle, loaded with explosives, was remotely guided to a building occupied by Russian military personnel and detonated upon arrival. The blast caused the structure to collapse, and multiple Russian soldiers lost their lives as a result. Footage also captures the moment two Russian infantrymen nearby lost their lives during the operation. This attack demonstrates Ukraine's increasing use of autonomous systems in deep strike missions beyond the front lines. Ukrainian soldiers were traveling in a pickup truck equipped with electronic warfare systems when they came under pursuit by a Russian FPV drone operating over a fiber optic link. Upon detecting the threat, the soldiers engaged with assault rifles and successfully shot down the drone, neutralizing the Russian forces' surveillance attempt. June 17th, 2025. In the early dawn hours, Russian forces launched a massive missile and drone bombardment targeting Kyiv. Among the strikes was a residential building in the Solomyansky district, where rescue teams pulled one person alive from the rubble and 40 others were injured. Over the course of the assault, Russian forces deployed more than 440 drones and 32 missiles, inflicting widespread damage and civilian casualties. This relentless barrage underscores the ongoing intensity of the conflict and the persistent threat to Ukraine's capital. June 15, 2025, near the village of Ivanivske in the Donetsk region, the Ukrainian 5th Assault Brigade executed a precision FPV drone operation targeting Russian forces entrenched inside a fortified pipe tunnel. Russian troops have increasingly used underground tunnels and narrow pipelines as improvised shelters and defensive positions to avoid aerial detection. In this operation, 2 kamikaze drones were first deployed to destroy the initial defensive setup inside the tunnel. A third drone was then flown deep into the structure, nearly reaching the end, effectively clearing the passage. The mission highlights Ukraine's growing capability to counter underground fortifications using advanced drone tactics in confined environments. June 17, 2025. Ukrainian reconnaissance UAV Shark of the 150th Separate Mechanized Brigade launched an attack on Russian anti-aircraft missile systems OSA and Strela 10. During the spring period of operations in the Donetsk region, Russian air reconnaissance OSA and Strela 10 air defense systems were first detected by the Ukrainian military. One of them attempted to shoot down a Ukrainian fighter jet before being shot down, but failed to do so. The Shark drone belonging to the Ukrainian military managed to completely destroy 2 Russian vehicles. June 16, 2025, near Bilohorivka, Ukrainian Apache FPV strike group of the 81st Air Mobile Brigade carried out a series of coordinated attacks. Using precision kamikaze drones, they destroyed a Russian tank, eliminated a fortified bunker, and neutralized Russian troops in the area. This underground Russian shelter, which a Russian soldier entered, could not escape being targeted by a drone. The shelter was destroyed by a huge explosion. This time, the target is Russian soldiers on motorcycles. Russian soldiers cannot escape the threat of kamikaze drones. In the open, with nowhere to hide, they become easy targets. Isolated and exposed in the wastelands, lone Russian soldiers are constantly being hit by Ukrainian FPV drones, and the attacks rarely miss. The soldier was seriously injured, but was still walking in shock. June 15, 2025, the 40th Coastal Defense Brigade of Ukraine conducted a precision artillery operation in the Novozburyivka area of the Kherson region. Aerial reconnaissance initially detected a concentration of Russian armed forces personnel. Coordinates were transmitted in real time, allowing Ukrainian forces to precisely adjust their fire. Using both artillery and mortars, the brigade destroyed enemy fortifications and ammunition storage areas, effectively disrupting Russian logistics in the sector. During the operation, an ammunition depot also exploded, causing significant additional damage to Russian forces. June 17, 2025, FPV drone operators from the Unmanned Systems Battalion, 12th Azov Brigade, continued to attack Russian forces near Toretsk. A year ago, Russian troops filled the battlefield with armored personnel carriers, tanks, and heavy vehicles. Today, such armor is deployed only for the most critical attacks and elite units. Azov's FPV drones now systematically target and destroy Russian vehicles and personnel. Each attack weakens both local strike groups and Russia's broader ability to deploy armored assets offensively. Ukrainian artillery destroyed 2 Russian D-30 howitzers in Kharkiv region, one near the village of Tavalzhanka and another southwest of Bodanivska. The strikes began with the destruction of a Russian ammunition site, followed by a direct hit on a dug-in D-30 artillery position. Donetsk region, northeast of Marinka, a Ukrainian FPV kamikaze drone from the 777 Pegasus unit targeted a Russian T-62 tank rigged for a suicide mission. The drone, equipped with a high-yield explosive charge, struck the vehicle directly. The resulting blast was massive. Debris scattered across the area, leaving nothing behind. June 13, 2025. In Komar village, Donetsk region, a Leopard 1A5 tank engaged Russian forces by firing directly at residential buildings where Russian infantry were taking cover. The precise tank fire targeted fortified positions, demonstrating the effectiveness of Ukrainian armored units in close quarters combat. As the summer of 2025 begins, the war in Ukraine enters a new phase. With better weather and drier terrain, Ukrainian forces intensify drone strikes, artillery operations, and precision tank fire, while Russian troops strengthen their defensive lines. From the Donetsk region to Kherson and Kharkiv, the front remains highly active. FPV drone attacks, kamikaze vehicles, counter-battery duels, and trench warfare continue daily. With no sign of de-escalation, the battlefield evolves, and so does the technology. This is modern war, fast, deadly, and ever-changing.